Bobby Bands got this shit booming. Marco did it.
What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Rambo League back at y'all with another video. Now today, I'm gonna talk to y'all about recruiting again. Excuse me for all the spit in my mouth. But before we go in the video, make sure y'all go below, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share this video. This one's about the parents, okay? And I promise I ain't gonna be before y'all on this time. But parents, y'all play a big role in recruiting. Now, especially in the early stages, especially like let's say if your kid is good. Well, if your kid's a standout at the early AAU ages, they're going to start sending college coaches out to look. And trust me, your actions in the stands play a role in recruiting. Trust me when I say this. Trust me. I've seen kids lose scholarships or lose interest from schools, excuse me, just because of their parents' behavior in the stands. Because really, on the college level, these coaches and these organizations, but these institutions don't want to deal with that because it's more of a liability than you are an asset. And then, like, let's say if something doesn't go your way, especially with the way a lot of players are entitled now, they're not going to want to deal with you, and that's the honest truth. Like, you sitting here complaining to the refs about calls, like complaining to your coach about your kid not getting this, not getting that, not getting this amount of playing time, not getting that amount of playing time that you think they deserve. Coach is gonna coach. And if you're just constantly criticizing everything that's happening, those coaches are gonna think, what are they gonna do with me when I do something that their kid doesn't like? They don't want to deal with you. I'm dead serious. And I've heard this from recruiters themselves, excuse me. Like and y'all don't understand, like, by the time they come and see your athlete play, 85% of the time they already know you. They already done their research on you. They have people on staff that are paid to do their research on you, your athlete, as well as the parents and brothers and sisters. Trust me, they watch everything to your everyday life, to your social media. They'll even watch you in school and won't even know. You won't even know. They'll send a recruiter, not no coach, an analyst. They'll send an analyst, whether it's basketball, football, any sport. They'll send an analyst to your school just to watch you. They'll know what you look like. They'll talk to your guidance counselors. They'll talk to administrators. It happens all the time. Trust and believe. Like, you think it just starts at just looking at the film? No, that just gets their eye on you. But they're gonna do some digging. Trust me, they're gonna do some digging. That's why some kids, okay, you might receive an interest letter from a school maybe one time. But then after a while, they won't write you no more. It either means they found something on you and they don't want to deal with you. But let me get back to the parents in these stands. I'm going to tell a story one day about what happened at an AAU tournament. It was embarrassing. Those coaches should really be ashamed of themselves. Like that was the most embarrassing thing for black men that I ever seen in my life, firsthand. But that's another story for another day. But for those parents and coaches to carry on like that at officials and other parents, like, I was like, if there's a college coach in there watching your kid, or with the way it is now, NILs, If there's an organization or business coming to watch your kid play and they see you acting out, they're not going to want to tie that name in with their business. So really nowadays, you just ruin your child's NIL deals as well as a potential to go into play on the next level at where they really want to play. Granted, they still might make it somewhere. I'm not saying it won't happen, but these people talk. Don't think just because you see coaches dislike each other in a game every now and then. It's competition, but they do talk. Trust me. A lot of these coaches are friends, great friends. Like for instance, like I'm a South Carolina fan. So back when Will Muschamp was at South Carolina, I bet people didn't even know that him and Kirby Smart were college roommates at Georgia. They both played football. A lot of people don't even know that. And you think they didn't talk about recruits? Who's this guy? Who's that guy? What do you think? What do you think? What do you know about this guy? You think they don't talk? It's business. Like I told you in the last video, it's business at the college level. Don't read into like the articles and what these analysts that really a lot of analysts that you read have never played the game at that level. Like they haven't. So their input is really invalid. But parents, just know you're being watched. They will send, like, okay, for instance, when recruiters come and look at your athlete during the season, when they're playing at schools, they're gonna come and watch at least 3 games. If they're interested, they're gonna come watch 3 games. They're gonna come watch you play against the worst team on your schedule, the best team on your schedule, and somebody that's in between. They want to see if you're gonna if your game is gonna go down, it's gonna stay the same, or it's gonna improve. That's how they look. Or they're gonna see if you're gonna always play at your highest potential, no matter who your competition is. They're watching, or they're gonna get the film on you if they're not able to make it to the game. And guess what? You think they choose certain spots to sit in the stands out of random? No. Guess who they look for? Your group, your parents, your family. They'll sit right around you where they can see. They'll sit where they can hear and see. You think they're watching that game? Well, they might be a little bit, but they're watching. They're watching you as the parents too, and as other family members, they're watching. Trust and believe. You can turn a coach away by complaining in them stands. They listening. Because at the next level, college coaches, they're not going to deal with you anyway. They're grown. You're dealing with grown men and women. They're not going to want to deal with you. They're just, this is, I got this over here. This is my team. If you have a problem with the things that are happening, they can leave. I'll put them on her program. There's always somebody else. There's a walk-on ready to go. Trust and believe. Be an asset, not a liability to your child's recruiting process. And there's a lot of coaches out there, AAU coaches and high school coaches, that are great coaches. Just name a couple that's in Columbia. Sam Gorman, Robert McCray. That's just 2 that I've seen. They run their organizations very well, and they coach very well. They're very well respected in their professions. And I've seen them handle bad situations very good. Okay? And they treat their athletes very good. They get them in front of the best eyes, but they also hold them accountable. And that's just, I know there's more out there that do good jobs too, like Anton Greer, who's under the Palmetto City Hurricanes with Sam Gorman. But just know, they are all great. I highly recommend in Columbia, if you're in Columbia, if you think your kid's good enough, send them to the Palmetto City Hurricane tryouts. I don't know what it is, but you can look them up. Or Robert McCray, I think he's over Team USC. So there's teams out there, and there's great coaches out there. It's up to you as the parent to find them. See what coaches have your athletes, I mean, not say your child's, your athlete's best interest at heart. Not only your athlete, but the other people on the team as well. Are they uplifting, or are they tearing down? Are they actually trying to build and motivate, build your athlete's game, help them get to the next level? Or are they just helping them maintain, just to keep them doing something? It's easy, you can tell. You can tell who's really knowledgeable and who knows what they're doing and who doesn't. And also, last thing, as a parent, please understand the rules. Don't understand part of the rules. And if you have to, go take a referee class. Go take the referee course. It won't hurt. You don't have to referee a game if you don't want to. Just go take the course so you're knowledgeable on the rules. Because one thing I noticed, like I told y'all before, I refereed for 5 years. There's a lot of parents that understand parts of the rules, not the entirety of the rule. They only understand what applies to them and the team that their athlete's on, and they don't look at it from the other side. So it's like you're missing the other half, and that's when the complaining comes in. I mean, granted, not all refs were not perfect. We're gonna miss calls. It happens. We're human. Just like no athlete or coach is perfect. You're gonna call the wrong play. As coach, you're gonna call the wrong play. You're gonna call the wrong defense. As an athlete, you're gonna take a bad shot. You're gonna miss a shot. You're gonna miss a leg. You're gonna miss a free throw. Like, you're gonna miss it. You're gonna make a bad pass. Like, you might fumble. Like, it happens. We're human. But don't let that dictate your future. Don't let that dictate where you're trying to go. Just step over it. Boom. Understand it. Hold yourself accountable. Move on. That's one thing you gotta teach as a parent. Move on. Understand it, hold yourself accountable, understand what you did wrong, move on to the next. Because life ain't gonna stop, regardless. Life gonna keep going, just like the game's gonna keep going. If you just sit there and complain, the ball gonna go right past you, going the other way. And guess what? Guess what that recruiter's doing, that coach is doing. And granted, I've actually watched, this is the last story I'm gonna tell them I'm gonna go. But when after I got out of college, I would go to high school games every now and then. And one game I went to, this was about a couple years ago actually. My college coach went to go look. He went to go watch a few athletes at a local high school, at a jamboree. He watched this one kid. He wasn't getting the ball like that. He wasn't getting targets. But granted, they was playing against the reigning state champs, but he wasn't getting targeted like that. So he was getting upset. And the one time he got targeted, he got a target on the field. He caught it, he got 10 yards. But when he came up to that sideline, what he said to the coach, yeah, you should have been doing that, you should have been doing that all game. You throwing me all day, yada. Seeing how he was carrying on. And then, boom, when he wasn't on the field, boom, their team makes a bad play, turn the ball over. He watched his demeanor. Right after that, my coach left the game. I could see his face. It's like, yeah, we don't want him. The way you handle situations in games, competition, whether it's AAU or at school, coaches watch. And they're gonna watch how you handle a bad call, how you handle a good call, how you handle adversity. Trust me, they're taking notes and watching everything on this. But that's just my little spiel on this video. Make sure I share this video, like this video. Help your athletes, because you play a big part in the recruiting process, parents. All right, and the information I'm giving y'all is from recruiters. Like, I worked in recruiting for a little bit while I was coaching as well. On the weekends, I would go help recruiting, and I would be able to talk to people that actually do on-campus recruiting. And they would tell me. Like, I would see them during the week too. I used to have conversations with these people. I'm not going out. I can't put out inside information, but just know they talk. And they got every bit of information that you post that they know. They know what your parents were. They know everything. But if y'all want me to go into more depth with that, make sure y'all comment below. like this video, comment what y'all want to talk about, man. All right, y'all, I'm gone.